and welcome to On the Hill,
a UNC student television production.
I'm Charlotte Ix.
And I'm Jared Warner.
Here to bring you the news
On the Hill.
Pop star Ariana Grande and SNL cast member Pete Davidson recently broke off their engagement. Wow, who would have guessed that just a few weeks of dating beforehand would lead to a failed engagement?
If we break up, and we won't, we will, but we won't. No, I'm kidding.
In a leaked memo, the Trump administration detailed plans to change the legal definition of sex to a biological, immutable condition determined by genitalia at birth, stoking fear in the transgender community. This comes against the advice of nearly every human rights and medical organization. It'd be like the WHO, the World Health Organization, declaring lung cancer an epidemic, and the government immediately going out and buying everyone cigarettes. This joke brought to you by Camel. Camel. You're addicted, and we're going to profit off it.
As always in the fight for equality, it's 2 steps forward, 100 years back. Speaking of discrimination, NBC News anchor Megyn Kelly was recently fired after she defended Halloween costumes that use blackface. She claimed, "When I was a kid, that was okay." And to her credit, Megyn has a point. Blackface was unfortunately acceptable in 1950s Alabama. However, Megyn grew up in 1970s New York.
A 4-year-old named Serenity recently brought home crack cocaine in little capsules from a preschool, believing them to be teeth for the tooth fairy after she found them on the playground. When asked about the incident, the school's director, Yvette Joseph, said that the preschool is in a high-risk neighborhood, and you know what goes on in neighborhoods that are high risk. Yeah, Yvette, sure. I mean, in wealthy neighborhoods, you don't have to worry about kids coming home from preschool with crack cocaine, believing that to be teeth, because that cocaine is fine powder. Lines on the slides, rails on the monkey bars. Good times in wealthy neighborhoods.
And let's spare a thought for the poor tooth fairy who showed up at little Serenity's house that night looking for the dealer to give her a much-needed pick-me-up and found absolutely nothing under the pillow. The 2018 midterms just happened, and we here at On the Hill would like to
congratulate
the Democrats on
winning
the
House of Representatives.
An FBI agent was shot by a booby-trapped wheelchair when entering the residence of 67-year-old Gregory Roosevelt. Along with the wheelchair, there were lovely other wonderful traps, such as a bear trap inside of a minivan and a hot tub that was laid on its side with a tripwire that, when activated, would roll the hot tub down a hill. I don't really even know how to respond to this, but at least we now know what happened to little Kevin McAllister.
Pornhub saw a 21% surge in web traffic directly after an outage on YouTube, because apparently Pornhub is everyone's first backup, or maybe because some people had to deal with their backup. Wait, what does that even mean? Who wrote this?
It's, guys, look at the joke. Speaking of weird men, Illinois billionaire and gubernatorial candidate J.B. Pritzker apparently had all of the toilets removed from his second mansion about a decade ago in an effort to have it declared officially uninhabitable in order to avoid property taxes. Okay, but why? How does that work? What's the point of removing all the toilets and then still having this mansion? Like, do you hang out in the uninhabitable mansion up until the point you have to use the restroom? Do you go to the McDonald's around the corner, or do you get in the car and drive back to the inhabitable mansion? I just don't understand rich people.
A New Jersey woman recently bit into her Dunkin' Donuts sandwich to find it full of flies, worms, and gnats. She only realized after she had bit into the sandwich and saw the other half of the worm still wriggling. When asked for comment, Dunkin' Donuts said that this is actually a New Jersey specialty, right up there with the mafia and an overwhelming smell of trash. And now, a message from our sponsors. Krispy Kreme donuts, maggot-free since 1937. It's a low bet.
Jared was born on Thanksgiving, so that makes him officially a turkey. Gobble, gobble. Wait, what am I reading in this teleprompter? I mean, it's true, I was born on Thanksgiving, but that line was nonsense. But speaking of Thanksgiving, we at On the Hill would like to share a couple of the things that we're grateful for.
I'm grateful Swiffer wipes are double-sided. Less mess, less stress.
I'm grateful I go to school in the Superior Carolina because South Carolina roads are truly terrible.
I'm grateful dead.
I'm grateful that Dr. Christine Blasey Ford is a UNC alum. Thank you for your courage.
I'm grateful for the Netflix category, Cerebral Scandinavian Movies.
Lastly, I'm grateful that last season we finally fired Becky. He was truly the worst part of our show. With that in mind, I am excited to announce the addition of our new weather anchor. His name is Pecky? Wait a minute.
Hi, Pecky here. So, the weather in Chapel Hill over the next few days, a cold front's going to be moving in. We're going to have a bit of thunder without lightning, maybe some Pope-sized hail in there. All right, I can't do this shit. There's some stuff I need to tell you guys. The government is controlling the weather, man. They have a secret base. It's out in, oh my God, it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's some Stranger Things shit, dude. I heard they keep Winona Ryder hostage there. The government in Washington, they are doing unbelievable things that they're not telling you about. Those people, all right? Listen, Sarah Palin, she's actually smart. Who could believe that? The midterms, they're completely rigged. And Obama, he's not even real. He's a hologram. Like, maybe we're all holograms, dude, I don't know. But really, you all need to wake up. The government is not going to stop. I really shouldn't even be telling you guys this. I think they've been tracking me for weeks, all right? There's these lizard people. They park in a van across the street from my house. It's called Johnson's Plumbing. Weirdest shit I've ever seen. And then my pet gecko keeps giving me these weird looks, and holy fuck, what's that? I gotta go.
My name's Becky.
Still better than Becky. An Arizona man searching for gold fell into a 100-foot mine shaft after his carabiner broke. He spent 2 days at the bottom before his friend found him. He broke both of his legs in the fall, but worse than that, he didn't even find any gold. He did, however, kill 3 rattlesnakes while he was down there, which I think he deserves a gold medal for. In any event, this news story is definitely some comedy gold. Thank you for your service, Arizona man.
NASA photographed a perfectly rectangular iceberg during a recent expedition flying over Antarctica. NASA, of course, routinely takes pictures of ice so that our grandkids know what it looks like.
A giant alligator nicknamed Chubbs was recently spotted again at a golf course in Palmetto, Florida as it wandered onto the green. Only in Florida will people see a 15-foot-long alligator and get even closer to take a video. Another fun fact, this was the first minority ever allowed on the course.
A woman tried to bring a squirrel onto a recent Frontier Airlines flight, claiming it to be an emotional support squirrel. This resulted in a 2-hour standoff with police and security as she refused to get off the plane. The woman really should be happy she wasn't flying United. They would have had her off that plane within 5 minutes. Once again, let's not forget they did that.
The U.S. Embassy in Australia accidentally sent out an invitation to something called a cat pajama jam party, complete with this very real picture. The embassy quickly sent out an apology and clarified that the event was not actually happening. Wait, that's not happening? I was going to go to that.
A vandal in Savannah, Georgia, recently defaced a statue of Revolutionary War General Nathaniel Greene by gluing googly eyes onto the eyes of the statue. Now, inadvertently, this is how we figured out Chancellor Folt's plan to deal with Silent Sam. Glue on googly eyes, put the statue back up, and pretend like it's a completely different statue altogether. Nobody will ever know the difference.
A high school cheerleader in Michigan apparently gave out pot brownies in an attempt to be named homecoming queen. In a surprising turn of events, she was arrested.
Elected president. Our reporter Annie is still on assignment in England, so we thought we'd check back in and see how she's doing.
Hey guys, I'm walking to class. It is 4 p.m. here, so suddenly I know why every Brit is an alcoholic and also why Brexit happened. So it's been a great semester. Whew.
Thank you for that, Annie. Why do we keep her on payroll again?
Because she's funny.
Okay, so I wouldn't say funny, I'd say principled, so get your verbiage right.
Looks like that's all we have time for today.
Thanks for watching and see you next time
On the Hill.